Rory Harmon used to spend every summer break at her grandmother's ranch. She loved that it felt so much different from life back home. Grandma's house was always so exciting. She could do her favorite puzzles, swing with her best friend, and even stay up late. Aileen always made sure summers were fun for her granddaughter because she knew how hard life was back at home for Rory. Kids would tease Rory out of jealousy, so going to school had become a drag. One day, a week before summer break, Aileen called Rory and told her she had a surprise for her very own horse. Rory spent all summer bonding with Cookie and getting to know what it was like to have her own horse. And when the time came to go back home, Rory never wanted to leave. As time passed, the bullies started to fade too. Kids were maturing, and Rory soon only heard compliments. Aileen didn't see Rory as much at the ranch. It went from staying all summer to 2 weeks to none at all. Aileen really missed the time with her granddaughter, but she was so happy she went to school every day with a smile. Before Rory knew it, she was a junior in college, and it had been years since she last seen her grandma, and even months since they last talked on the phone. Rory was just doing what every young adult does. She was just living. One day after class, Rory received a call from her father, one she had never wanted to hear. He informed her that her grandmother's sickness had finally taken over, and she had passed away in the hospital. Rory had plans to spend that summer with Aileen. She just needed to get through finals. Unfortunately, time was not on her side. After her grandmother's funeral, Rory's parents let her know that in Aileen's will, she left the ranch to her. Rory's parents stressed that she did not have to take on this responsibility, but without any hesitation, Rory said, "I can't let Grandma's ranch die too." As Rory began to approach Chestnut Ridge, memories continued to flash before her. Rory looked at her boyfriend and said, "I don't know if I can do this." Van replied, "I know this is hard for you, but your grandma would be so proud of you. And just know, I'm here for you every step of the way." Hey Tugboats, it's Shiipty, and welcome to the first episode of my sim series, Inheritance. I am so excited to start this Let's Play because I have never played with horses. I'm just going to be real with you. This is my first time experiencing horses in The Sims, and I'm so happy that it's with The Sims 4. I hope you guys enjoyed the machinima in the beginning. I try to do a little background and explanation as to why we inherited this ranch and how we got here and just all the background story. But I'm not going to keep you guys waiting any longer. We're going to start off with the tour, and before anyone asks, I will have this house up on the gallery, but there is a ton of custom content in it, so you will probably be missing items at least until I can get up a CC free version of this home. Coming through the front door here, we decided to go with a very open concept. I'm so excited we did this because this just reminds me of a family member's home that I've been to before. And I also tied this up with the Nostalgia CC pack, which I will have linked down below. I felt like this pack was super fitting for this build and it just fit perfectly. Above the TV, we have a home video and 2 photos. We have a picture of Rory and her baby sister Reagan. This was actually right when Rory graduated from high school. Aileen was there and she was able to take this picture. And then shortly after is when she started to go to college and they hadn't seen each other in a while. And over here to the left is actually a picture of Rory and her boyfriend Van. Van never had the pleasure of meeting Aileen. They did talk via video chat though, and she definitely approved of their relationship because she just saw how happy her granddaughter was and how much Van truly did love her. Sorry about the lighting. I went ahead and turned the lights on, but I wanted to have photos all throughout this house because I wanted you guys to feel like this family was very much so present, and Stream also recommended that we have pictures. So I guess we'll start with this bottom one. This is Rory and Reagan when they were kids and they came to the ranch together for the first time. This wasn't the first time that Rory had came, but it was the first time that Rory and Reagan came together. Up here we have a picture of Sadie. Sadie is a new member of the family. Aileen actually found Sadie when she was out on a walk one day and decided to bring her home, and she's just been here ever since. minutes. Above the photo of Sadie is a picture of Aileen and her girlfriend Juniper. I'm so excited to introduce this relationship because I've worked very hard on the backstory for them, and I'm just excited to show you guys them because they have such a cute and wholesome relationship. But unfortunately, Aileen actually never got the time to introduce her family to her girlfriend. Everyone knew that she was dating, but she just never really sat down and talked to them and said, hey, this is my girlfriend, showed pictures, talked about her name and everything. Aileen was very much so to herself. So that's the only reason the relationship was not really necessarily hidden from everyone, but not really talked about. Up here on the bookshelf, I have this very, very significant bottle of wine. Rory hasn't even seen this bookshelf yet. This was her first night staying here. Van actually left late last night to go back home. So she hasn't even acknowledged the bookshelf. So she hasn't seen the pictures. She hasn't seen the bottle of wine up here. But this bottle of wine was actually gifted to Aileen by Juniper. And it's gonna, I guess, in a way, introduce Juniper to Rory, because like I said, Rory has no idea that Juniper even exists at this point, but she will be meeting her soon. Over here we have Rory's laptop. Van just propped it up and set it up for her in case she needed it. Like I said, she hasn't really been in here or been able to access anything for the most part just because of how she's been feeling. Coming this way, we have the kitchen. I was so pressed about the idea of having a small kitchen because this is how my grandma's kitchen is. It's very compact. Everything's pretty close. My grandma's kitchen is actually smaller than this because we aren't even able to fit a dining table in it. But this is the kitchen. We have a washer over here in the corner. I love this fridge right here I think it's from Cottage Living. I love it so much. Over here we have some clutter. Van and Rory went grocery shopping before he left, and they're just placed here on the counter. We also have this timer because I feel like everyone's grandma's house had a timer, so it was important for me to put that touch here on the counter. Coming out the side door, over here in the backyard, we do have a clothesline and also a wash bucket. Just in case the washer isn't working, Rory is still able to get her clothes cleaned and hang them up to dry. Coming back to the front of the house, this was Aileen's bedroom, and I am so proud of this because I feel personally that Aileen was a very minimal sim. She didn't have too much going on in her home, but she had enough to show her personality. So we have a few clutter items. I imagine she would sit here and fold her laundry and just look out the window. I love these blinds with the nostalgia pack. They look so real, and it just makes me happy to have them up in my home. Over here on the nightstand, we actually have Aileen's pills because you guys know she was getting sick there at the end, and she also had a picture of her granddaughters on her nightstand alongside with her alarm clock. I almost missed this, but this is a picture that Reagan actually drew for her grandmother. Reagan is the younger sister, as I said in the beginning, and she just pictured her grandma so happy on her farm, and she put her underneath a rainbow because there's always rainbows casting over here and she can see them perfectly from her front yard. And so Reagan thought it was fitting to draw this picture of her grandmother on her farm. Coming upstairs, I am so proud of this room. This was essentially where the girls stayed. So I know you guys saw in the machinima there was a girl swinging with Rory. That is actually her best friend Katie, who lives with her back home. Katie is not from Chestnut Ridge. I did not make that clear when I was explaining it in the machinima, but Katie used to actually come down here when Rory would come to see her grandma, and she'd stay too. So Aileen ended up getting bunk beds so the two girls could actually sleep comfortably. But I just love this setup here because it really does look like that attic space at your grandparents' house or at your family's house that has the bunk bed, the toys and everything, and it just looks so comfy cozy. Now, because the girls stopped coming after a while, Aileen eventually turned this into a storage space, so I really wanted to display that in this room. It's very cluttered. It's like most of her memories are up here and just things that she doesn't really need out in her living space. Over here we have Aileen's desk. She hid her sickness quite a while from her family just until she could, but over here we have a bunch of her letters for like medical bills and also where she was planning to write her will and just letters to other people. So I gave that touch of realism here by placing this box with these letters in these packages. And over here we have some pictures. We have a photo, again it's just a repeat of the one downstairs, and then a single shot of Juniper. And then here in the middle we have Wildfire. This is Aileen's horse, and she normally would have pictures of Wildfire throughout the house, but seeing them was actually beginning to make her upset. So she decided to move the photo upstairs, and she just would see it every now and then, and it would make her smile. But Wildfire was very, very close to Aileen and saved her life essentially, and we'll get more into that later. But yeah, guys, this is the house. I am so proud of this. I am not a builder whatsoever, so doing this was a challenge, but it was also an exciting journey to be on with you guys. So I just want to give credit really quickly and say thank you to everyone on stream for helping me that day and giving your input and your support. It really means a lot to me, and I'm just so appreciative. But let's go ahead and get into the Let's Play. So this is Rory. I did a character introduction about her on the channel early in this week, I believe, and I explained a little bit as to where she was in her current life. And the machinima in the beginning was to explain like her life in general and where she's been and how she got to the point that she's at now. But we're gonna go ahead and get her ready for the day because Rory actually wants to go in town and also be able to take care of the animals. Again, before Van left, they actually went and got Rory a bunch of fitting clothes because Rory was a city girl and a suburban girl. So she didn't have a lot of clothes that fit the ranch for her current life. So I really had to go ahead and get her some new outfits. Now, Van would absolutely love to be here helping Rory and just supporting her and helping her out on the ranch. But unfortunately, before Aileen got sick, Van actually had taken on an internship and he's in a contract with his company, so he's unable to actually get out of that contract. He has to stay living where he's at. He can't move for a while, and so Rory's out here by herself. Her family, they have their own obligations, and her sister is just too young to come out here and help. It looks like she ran into an issue, so I'm actually gonna help her really quickly, guys, so 1 second. But Van would absolutely love to be here with her, as I said, but where he's stuck in the contract, he can't. Now, he does want to video chat with her later, so we're going to call him and talk to him on the phone and everything because he misses her desperately, and he's so worried about her being here by herself and out here with no connections and no one to talk to. He's just worried about her well-being. Even while Van was here, the company that he works for, they gave him the time off for the funeral and the time off to bring Rory down here. Throughout that whole time, they continued to bug him and bother him while he was out, and they just wouldn't leave him be. So he's very frustrated. He went back to work super mad, and he's been texting Rory all morning about his frustration and everything, and she's just telling him, babe, breathe. It's gonna be okay. You'll be out of this contract within a year and then you can work somewhere else. And he really was just so thankful that he had her to vent to because he probably would have showed himself at work. But looks like Rory's feeling a little better this morning. She's feeling inspired being around all this stuff. Her mood does fluctuate a lot just because it's still fresh in her mind. This morning she was very sad because she was mourning for her grandmother. She's surrounded by all her things. It's very difficult for anyone to be in this situation, but Rory is just taking it day by day. Rory hasn't even thought about writing cookies. She's just trying to figure out how she's going to take care of this ranch, how she's going to make money, and how she's going to be able to stay afloat. Rory's grandmother did have a small savings, so that's why we have the $3,400 in our savings right now. But other than that, Rory has no idea how she's gonna make a living out here. Her grandmother had her connections and she knew how to make her living, but Rory has to figure this out on her own. Now, I'm gonna have Rory actually get started with some of the tasks today. I do know that we have to take care of the cow, we have to take care of the 2 sheep and the goat, and we also have to take care of Cookie. Now, I do need name suggestions, so I need a name suggestion for our cream mini sheep, which is right here. I also need a name suggestion for our spotted mini goat right here. It's so cute. And also for our white mini sheep. Now, as you can see, a lot of the animals are starving and unhappy, and it is because it's so hard to locate them. So I am going to do my best to keep up with them, but if they disappear, I'll try to get them back. But this is Cookie right here. We have so much to do. Rory really is feeling overwhelmed, and she has no idea how her grandma kept this ranch up. Even at her age, this just seems impossible. And not only to think like her grandma was about 70 years old and she was still doing this, like how was she able to make this happen? But Rory slowly but surely is getting around to taking care of all the animals, and it makes it even easier that they're all so cute. Like this spotted mini goat, I really should have gotten only goats because look at how precious. I love the horns, and He's just so happy that he's getting his bath and he's getting cleaned up. Oh my god, he's so cute. And let's go ahead and take care of this one. Actually, the cream one is fine. Let me locate the other one again, which I think was all the way over here with the horse. Oh my gosh, they're playing. I don't understand why they're so far away from home. But let's go ahead and, oh, okay. Let's go ahead and take care of this one too. Rory is like, how did you guys get out of the house? How did you guys get out of the gate? I'm gonna have to figure out a system here because they are all the way down the dirt road here. Finally, she made it over here to the white mini sheep, and we are currently cleaning, and then we are going to do a bottle feed with this cutie. I really can't get over how cute they are. I just wish they were a little easier to locate. Now, if you guys know any ways of finding them besides how I just did it by looking around, please let me know. Oh my gosh, look at how cute. Rory is starting to love this life. She doesn't like the reason that she's here, but she's like, man, this really is rewarding. Let's go ahead and pick up this horse poop because we can't just leave that out and about. And we also need to get our horse cleaned as well. Let's go ahead and actually clean the hooves. Also, forgive me guys if this isn't very story driven at first. I do have to figure out how to work around these horses because it's my first time, but it will be more story based moving forward. I just needed to get acquainted with everything. So please forgive me. First episodes are usually pretty talkative and choppy anyway, but I hope you guys will enjoy it regardless. We also need a name for our beautiful spotted cow. I almost missed this one, but if you guys could just leave name suggestions down below, I'll have a template for you guys. That way you can just easily fill it out and type the names for the assigned animals, and it'll just be much easier than having to remember which ones. But look at how cute this cow is. I didn't get to play a lot with cottage living just because of the time frame of everything, so I did have to throw a cow in here. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna have any chickens because they're just like the sheep and the goat, and I don't want to have to search for them. It seems as though our sheep is actually ready for shearing. I have never seen this, so let's go ahead and shear. And the goat's ready to milk. Oh my god, look, I love this. Okay, this is so cool. And I've never seen a goat get milked before. So I'm very interested in seeing what this looks like. Now, I can't tell if the shape of the coat changed. I don't believe it did, but oh my god, look. Oh, the goat's like, thank you. Thank you so much for relieving that pressure. Now, I think that our other one is over here, so let's go ahead and also shear for wool because I believe both of them were ready. Yes, they were. I need to see what this looks like in her inventory because I haven't seen any of this. Okay, so we have the manure, and then we also have the white wool and the bottle of milk. Now, she can drink this, we can sell it. This could really be Rory's window for making some money. Now, she'll get $30 for selling this milk. So, oh, my bad, 30 simoleons. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and also sell the wool as well. I am gonna socialize with the sheep before we leave. Look at how stinking cute. This is so cute. I want one in real life, please. Like, they're so fluffy. Oh, she liked that. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get Rory ready to go because she wants to take a step out on town. Now, I think that we have to freshen up really quickly just because we've been out here, you know, getting a little dirty. So I'm gonna have Rory actually take a quick shower before she heads downtown, and I'm so excited for Rory to meet the locals and just socialize and then see what it's about here and just what people are like. Van noticed that when he was in town and he went down to get her some groceries, that the people here are actually very friendly. He was like, they're more friendly than the people in the city. I'm kind of jealous you get to live out here. But he is so excited for her to have this new opportunity. But Rory's just freshening herself up, making sure there's no manure on her clothes, and she's gonna head out. She's thinking about grabbing a drink and just having a good time and, like I said, socializing with the locals. So we're here at the bar, and Rory just sat herself down to order a drink, And before she got in her seat, she noticed that there was a woman here that looks really familiar. She's over here riding the mechanical bull currently, but this looks like the woman that's in the picture on her grandmother's bookshelf. She wants to go up and introduce herself, but she's also very scared because she doesn't want to make a weird impression, and she doesn't want to be like, hey, I saw a picture of you at my grandma's house. Who are you? But she's just going to take herself a drink really quickly. She ordered her favorite drink, which so happens to be the Minty Fresh Pet Confection. I know, it's kind of interesting. I've never actually heard of this drink before, but Rory is hoping to get her a chance on the mechanical bull. Whoever this is over here, she looks really sad, but she was also pretty confident hopping off that bull. So I think that Rory might, she's like, everybody seems super friendly here, so how about I just do a howdy introduction? And she's like, hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you. I'm new here, just trying to meet some people. I decided to come out here to the bar and have a drink. Juniper's like, it's nice to meet you. So, where are you from? Are you from the big city? And yeah, actually I am from the big city. So can you tell me something about this community? Like, what's it like living here? What's your favorite part about living here? Do you have any tips? And she told us that we can actually find additional information about the community by using the community board. So I guess that was just her way of saying, hey, I don't really want to be bothered right now, but there is a community board that you can go check out. Now, I'm not going to bother her too much because she just seems upset, but I'm going to have Rory come over here and attempt to dance and just have a good time. She's had a little bit to drink, so I feel like she's starting to loosen up a bit, and she's feeling flirty, and she's really wishing Van was here. She might actually give him a drunk text really soon and just check on him and see how he's doing. We can have a video call with him, or let's send a drunk text to Van. I wonder what his response will be. Like, is he going to be like, why are you drinking? Are you okay? Are you sure you're going to be able to go home by yourself? All those kinds of things. But we'll see how he responds. I've never actually sent a drunk text before. Hey, I get that you were having a party and all, but that message was largely incomprehensible. Please stop drunk texting me. Oh my gosh, he would never. Maybe he was like, are you okay? Make sure you're taking care of yourself, all those things. But Rory has found herself on the mechanical bull. Now, if you guys have any questions about this, I will have it linked down below. That way you guys can download it too. I was really disappointed that this pack didn't come with one, but thankfully there was already custom content for it, so I just downloaded it for myself and put it in my game. But yeah, you guys should go grab it. It's a nice addition, especially to this pack. Guys, I wish I could make this up, but Rory actually fell off the bull. Oh my god, that was too funny. I'm gonna go over and get her something to eat because she's starting to feel hungry after drinking so much. Let's actually get some french fries, and then I do believe that we'll be heading home because she feels uncomfortable. Rory is also feeling slightly tipsy, so she just ordered a whole plate of french fries for everyone at the bar. She's like, help yourself, these french fries are so good. But we probably are about to get out of here. I get kind of overwhelmed when I'm around so many Sims. It's just a lot going on. But before we go, Rory sees this drink in front of her, and she is going to take a sip of this, and she is just gonna head out. The drink wasn't even hers, but guys, she's tipsy and she cannot help it. She's gonna go ahead and head home though. Oh, I hope she doesn't pass out. Oh my gosh. And what is this? Feeling flirty. Got game like an alcohol-induced Casanova. Oh no, yeah, we definitely need to get home. Rory just got home, and greeting her was actually Cookie. And like I said, guys, Rory has had a little bit to drink, so she's feeling pretty confident, and she believes that she can get on this horse and go for a ride. So she is hopping on Cookie for the first time in years. She hasn't been on Cookie, like I said, since she was probably a preteen, and so it's kind of weird. It's a weird feeling, and not only is it weird because it's been a while, but like I said, she's also kind of tipsy right now, so she's like, I don't know if this was a good idea, But oh my gosh, I just missed riding. I really wanted to get on a horse again. And she's so happy that she's here and she gets to see Cookie. And this is her life now. Like, she doesn't know if she's ever going to go back to college. She was in the middle of her junior year and she was going to be a senior and she was going to graduate as a veterinarian. But now she's starting to question if what she was doing was even right for her and if it was the path that she truly wanted. Because after being out here, she finally feels a sense of solitude almost. And she doesn't want to go back to the city. She doesn't want to leave any of this behind. And just being under this big open sky is making her so happy. But guys, I do think that I'm going to go ahead and wrap this part up right here. Again, I'm sorry it was super chatty and more so gameplay focused. I am just getting used to all the controls and everything. So just give me maybe one more episode and we'll be strictly story based. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode nonetheless. If you did, leave a like, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to become a tugboat. I love you guys and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye everyone.